And to continue off with the conversations this morning, the government of the Republic of Namibia issued a policy directive as published in the Government Gazette of 15 March 2021 that all subscriber identity modules SIM cards in Namibia must be registered in line with the provision of the Section 77 of the Communications. Now, mandatory SIM card registration in Namibia is set to commence on the 1st of January 2023 and conclude on the 31st of December 2023. And joining me with more in studio on the conversation is Phillipus Shilongo, who is the Acting Manager for Adjudication, Enforcement and Litigation within the Legal Advice Department of CRAN. Good morning, Mr. Shilongo, and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, just to clear up, there seems to be a confusion amongst, the members of the public. They think the SIM card registration is on the 31st of December 2022. But I did mention it earlier, but let's just say they want to hear it from you. When is it supposed to end?
Okay, thank you. In June this year, we launched the SIM card registration campaign. During the campaign, we actually encouraged or went out with the public in almost every town in Namibia. And then we tried to clarify that the SIM card registration campaign is mandatory from the 1st of January 2023 until the 31st of December 2023. So currently what is happening right now is what we call voluntary registration of the SIM cards.
Right.
So the mandatory one is from the 1st of January 2023 until the 31st of December 2023.
Right.
So basically the public still has run about 12 months to ensure that they register their SIM cards.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, there has been SIM card registrations all over, the country. What do you make of this? How has that been received so far?
We have noticed that there have been quite a large number of people in the country who are out there, who went out there to register their SIM cards. We are very much happy and delighted that our message has reached the masses of the country.
All right. Now, there's been responses from the public towards the SIM card mandatory registration, and CRAN is satisfied with the progress of the awareness campaign. Are you guys satisfied?
Yes, we are very much satisfied with the outcome of our campaign so far. As we speak, we have run about more than 300,000 registered SIM cards so far. And also the operators out there are very much happy with the progress that they have made so far in terms of registering their SIM cards.
All right.
Yes.
Now, SIM card registration comes with a few benefits. Kindly just, touch on what those benefits are and also which information or data are operators allowed to keep and those that they're not allowed to keep.
Well, the benefits of registering your SIM cards, actually it will encourage the law enforcement agencies to aid their investigation progress, whereby right now we have been faced with a huge number of what we call digital criminal activities and SIM card fraud. So by registering your SIM card, basically it will then encourage the investigation process from the law enforcement agencies and also just to protect your digital identity. So when you register your SIM card, basically what you need to, the information you need to give your operators is basically your names, your residential address, a copy of your ID or your passport or any other official government document that you've been issued with.
All right.
Yes.
Now, looking at the future, do you think this will actually be effective for Namibian when it comes to, catching frauds and all that?
Yes, very much it will be effective. Like I said, it's not going to totally rule out the criminal activities, but it will encourage it will aid basically the investigation process moving forward.
All right. Now, for those that basically missed the deadline next year, and you did say it's on the 31st of December 2023, yes. Will there be an extension anyway?
Come the 31st of December 2023, if you did not register your SIM card, basically your SIM card will be cut off. So during this process, you then have 3 months to ensure that you approach your operator to register your SIM card. So if you fail to do so within the 3 months grace period, it will then mean that your SIM card will completely be cut off and you would then have to purchase a new SIM card and start over the process of registering it,
All right.
which is mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long is that process when your SIM card is officially cut off and then you need to buy a new SIM card? How long would it take for that SIM card to be cut off until you register it?
There's a grace period of actually 3 months.
3 months.
From the deadline.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, for those that might miss the registration, like I did say, will they be able to reclaim their cards?
And not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Unless
so
you do it
over.
Yes, unless you do it within the grace period like I mentioned.
All right.
Yes.
Maybe you can perhaps just repeat it again to our viewers. What is it that is actually needed for SIM card registration?
Basically, what is needed for the registration of your SIM card is your full names, your residential address, a copy of your ID or your ID number, or your passport or any other official document that you have been issued with by the Republic of Namibia.
All right. Now, for those with contracts, for people that have contract SIM cards, MTN and MTC, MTC and TN Mobile, pardon me, do they still need to register their SIM cards?
Basically, contract holders are already registered. By the time you go sign up for your contract, basically your information is already taken by the operator. You give your copy of your ID and all that. So what we are encouraging now is basically the registration of all SIM cards, which are mostly, is it prepaid SIM cards?
Prepaid SIM cards.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Any final remarks before we let you go?
No, I just want to thank you guys for allowing us to come and clear the air, especially on the issue of the deadline of registration of SIM cards. And also just to encourage the public out there to go out and register their SIM cards to avoid the inconvenience of having their SIM cards cut off.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mr. Shilongo, and we wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll have you close to this time next year just to maybe give us an update on how it's going with the registrations.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
Phillipus Shilongo from CRAN, who is an acting manager in the Legal Advice Department, talking to us about the SIM card registration, and he did mention that registration will commence from the 1st of January 2023 and will end on the 31st of December 2023. So we basically have 365 days more for us to register our SIM cards, and we should not be late. But for those who basically, miss out on registering their SIM cards next year, there is a grace period that you'll be given of 3 months. And if you miss that, well, you will be cut off and you have to start all over again with a new number.